Welcome to the Coffee and Tea video guide on how to extract very up-to-date information on rules, taxes, procedures and requirements to abide by in each EU country. The database takes into account a specific situation for your product, as well as the conditions applicable to Vietnam under the EU-Vietnam FTA once it comes into force. To enter the tool, start from trade.ec.europa.eu/trade-help. We can identify the regulations, rules and taxes applied to Vietnamese green tea in Germany, for example, using code number 090210. In the main blue selector box, we first choose Vietnam, then the EU destination market, from our example, Germany, and finally the product. To select the product, you are advised not to insert your code, but to find and select it. Once more, the code for green tea was 090210. The HS Code Simplifier Guide, available on the Vietnam Export Window to Europe website, will help you identify the correct code. Once your selection is complete, click on the View Rates and Requirements button. Scroll down to a series of tabs with information starting with import procedures, product requirements, EU import duties, and internal taxes. Under import procedures, we can get general information on all the procedures, insight into all the documents for customs clearance, and details on the authorities concerned in the destination EU country, in our example case, Germany. The next tab covers the requirements that your product needs to comply with, such as limits to residues of pesticides or rules related to product hygiene under health control of foodstuffs. The following tab covers the import duties applied across the EU, which amount to 3.2%. for exports from non-GSP countries and 0% for GSP countries. In order to be eligible for this reduced GSP rate, the exporter does need to abide by GSP rules of origin, for which more information can be found on the Rules of Origin tab and under Quick Links. The last tab to observe is the Internal Taxes tab, which indicates additional taxes that apply within the respective market after the import duty has been paid. In our German example case, the additional VAT equates to 7%. This is a reduced rate applicable to certain categories of products. Note that internal taxes differ per EU member state. By comparison, Hungary's VAT is 27%. which we can select by clicking on Modify Search, selecting Hungary, and once again View Rates and Requirements button. In short, the EU Trade Help Desk is a very useful database to help quickly navigate through the procedures, requirements, and taxes that apply for your Vietnamese product in specific EU member markets. Two further key aspects of value to consider are: one, that the database is very up to date, and 2, that we know with certainty that it is complete and can be assured that there are no more requirements beyond what is listed. Take note that the requirements mentioned here are legal requirements that products being imported need to comply with in order to be eligible to enter. This is not the same as private standards that buyers may wish the product and exporter to comply with, such as ISO 22000 or Global GAP.